My name is Sam Duncan. I'm a dual fuel engineer and I'm a SureServe Compliance Central representative. And I'm going to be talking today about the benefits of renewable technology and how we can communicate that over to the residents. So a quick one about SureServe is SureServe's mission is to be the trusted partner of choice to the social housing sector and the related public sector in delivering essential and affordable heating, energy savings and compliance solutions. Now, we are playing a key and progressional role in decarbonisation, always delivering for customers, employees, residents, and the environment with safety, integrity, and respect at the forefront of everything that we do. As you can see, we've got the variety of offices we've got spread around the UK, how many employees we've got, and how many of those employees are engineers. We've also got the divisions with the energy services, and the latest acquisition is the low carbon exchange. So as you can see, we are generally quite a energy efficient sort of company. We want to make sure that that is something that we are pushing and we are actively trying to increase supply of. And as we can view from where we are throughout the UK, we've got a lot of contracts and a lot of office locations, and we work right across England to make sure that we are supplying and fitting as well as maintaining and repairing these situations and these renewable technologies. Next slide, please. The concerns that we get are cost of electric bills and the heat pump efficiency. And we try and debunk myths about renewable technology and misconceptions regarding renewable energy to try and educate customers and communicate across from engineer with manufacturers to the consumers just how to really perfect these systems and how to tailor it individual house and residents' needs. When we understand renewable technology, we try and communicate that with the residents because everyone's got their own individual comfort level, and then each property is different as well with which way it's facing, how new it is, what the insulation's like, and just how well it can really keep its heat. So we do that by tailoring the performance and efficiency. So when we install these appliances, we make sure that they're scaled properly. We make sure that they are fitted in the best possible location to then provide the heating and hot water that the property needs. When we've finished, we speak to the customer, consumer, we liaise with them about what they are after from the heating and how we can get them there, and to try and tailor the system to working specifically for them. So when we discuss about removing the non-renewable technology and installing the new renewable technology, of course, it comes with its adaptations. So the newer technology can reach efficiencies up to 300%. So every kilowatt of energy you put into it, you get 3 kilowatts energy out at the best possible point. So this is trying to offset the electrical cost with the gas savings to make sure that it's fully merged, to make sure that we are getting the best out of the unit as well as getting the best out of the thermal comfort and the hot water. Next slide, please. So upon installation, one of the first things we want to look at is where we can position. If it's grade listed, or if it's got difficulties with parking, or if it's got not a lot of garden or something like this, we want to make sure that we're positioning it in the best case scenario. The best places for heat pumps and best places for solar, of course, can vary depending on property to property. And also we want to make sure that it's scaled properly. So we want to make sure that it's going to actually perform to the house needs. Difference between sort of single bedroom bungalows to 4 or 5 bedroom properties is they're going to need a huge amount of variation between getting the most efficiency but also supplying the heat. So this is really important for the first instance, is to get that right. If we get that right, then the next stages will sort of start to sort of fall into place. So when we install it, we have to communicate to the residents, to the consumers, about the changes and adaptations that they'd have to make as well. So we want to provide heating and hot water. We don't want anyone to be cold. We want everyone to be satisfied with what levels of heating and hot water they receive from their sort of renewable technology units. And we want to make sure that we overcome the challenges associated with the renewable technology and how to sort of offset the carbon and offset the sort of gas bills to really increase the benefits of what you can get from the heating system. So in doing that, we sort of tend to try not to directly compare them to non-renewable technology, as with new technology, it is complete new adaptation, but it can work. They will do the same job, but it can work for you in the best case scenario. We want to make sure that it works so you can benefit from the renewable technology, of course. So when we do things like this, people over time can give us feedback, and when every service sort of every year, we can realize the improvements we are making, but also increase the sort of efficiency if we can do, just by liaising with the resident as to what they actually need from their unit. Next slide, please. So with this, we want to empower residents, operatives, and consumers. I know from being out there on the job, going into people's houses, it is important to liaise, to communicate, to really find out what the best thing to do for them in their situation, what their sort of medical situations could be like, or how many sort of children or families they've got in the property. We want to make sure that what we are doing is making sure that they feel comfortable in their home. They feel like they can talk to us, give us feedback, so we can then work on the technology to make it better. So as you can see, regular maintenance and communication, regular maintenance of being yearly services or repairs, and every time we go, doing a quick safety check, making sure we are revising the whole system, make sure it's working for the resident, make sure the times are correct, making sure that the hot water is getting to the correct temperature. It's all part of making sure that we are addressing the struggles and improving the performance, really understanding the challenges that the consumers face, as well as the challenges that we face to make sure it works for them. So we want to do this by working together. We want the feedback, we want the communication, and we also want the materials to use to speak to the resident, that they can understand the systems that they use, the programmers, the thermostats, to make sure that that is working in their best interest. And then with the feedback that we get, it will be continuous improvement to then move on with how we can adapt and how we can make changes to make the environment a bit better, to make the whole sort of heating and hot water more comfortable, all while slowly phasing out the non-renewable technology.